Hi! Today I'm going to show you how to add data validation to certain cells, create a VLOOKUP table based on a certain criteria, name a table range, use the VLOOKUP and the choose function, and create, sort, and filter a table. So first you need to know what data validation is. And data validation is simply the data entry criteria that can be specified for cell or a range of cells to avoid data entry errors. And with this knowledge, you can add data validation to cells B4 to B11 so that only decimal numbers between 20 and 99.9 can be entered. So to do this, you have to select cells B4 to B11, go to Data, then Data Validation. Then you'll see that a dialog box will show up. Now you have to choose to allow decimal between 20 as the minimum and 99.99 as the maximum. And once you click OK, it looks like nothing changed, but when you try entering 19 or 100 to one of the cells with the data validation, an error will show up. So the next thing I'm going to show you is how to create a VLOOKUP table based on this criteria here. And since the criteria says that the flowers with the cost of $25 and under will have a markup of 35%, my first value for the cost would be 0 and my markup will be 35%. And instead of starting with $25, I started with 0 because that's the lowest positive value that's under $25. Also, you have to remember that the left column of your VLOOKUP table always has to be the lowest number of the range that you're looking at. So in this case, the next cost would have to be $25 since the next criteria starts from $26 to $45. And just like the first one, this cost's markup will also be $35 since they come from the same range. So now that you've got your VLOOKUP table set up, you can name this table range markup. So to do this, just select the table range and go up to the name box and type in markup. Once you've done that, you can check to see if you've named it properly by going up to the name box and typing markup. And if you've named the table correctly, then your VLOOKUP table should be selected. So the next I'm going to show you is how to use the VLOOKUP function along with your VLOOKUP table to display the selling price for each flower arrangement. But before we get started, you need to know what the VLOOKUP function is. So a VLOOKUP function is basically used to return a value from a table of values stored in the worksheet, and in this case, our VLOOKUP table. So now that I've told you that, we can begin to calculate the selling price for each flower type. So the selling price is calculated by multiplying the cost by the markup percentage and then adding that total to the cost. The first thing we're going to do is go to cell D6 and enter the formula equals the cost of the flower arrangement, which is B6, times VLOOKUP, and open parentheses, the cost, comma, markup, which is our VLOOKUP table, and 2, which is the number of column of the VLOOKUP table that contains the value we're going to use to return that value from, and close parentheses, plus the cost again. So if you press enter, you should get the selling price of $37.70. And you can now fill down the formula to the other flower arrangements. Now I'm going to show you how to use the choose function to calculate the discounted selling price for each item. So to do this, you have to go to cell E6 under discount price and enter the formula equals the selling price minus open parentheses the selling price again times choose and open parentheses the discount code, comma, the first option, comma, the second, comma, the third, and your fourth option, and close parentheses 2 times. Now press enter and you should get a discount price of $32.05. And you can now fill down the formula for the other items to find out their discount prices. Now to create a table for this information, all you have to do is select the information, go to insert, table, click OK, and you've got your table. So if you want to sort this table in either ascending or descending order by discount price, all you have to do is go to the arrow beside discount price and click, let's say, sort largest to smallest. And also, if you want to filter the table to display arrangements with a discount code of 2, all you have to do is go to the arrow beside discount code and deselect 1, 3, and 4 so that only 2 is selected. But if you want to display all of your rows in the table again, just reselect 1, 3, and 4 in the arrow beside the discount code and click OK. So that's all there is for this exercise. Now you know how to add data validation to certain cells, create a VLOOKUP table based on a certain criteria, name a table range, use the VLOOKUP and the choose function, and create, sort, and filter a table.